Hi, y'all. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is timeless, which means whenever you come across it is when you're meant to see it. I'm sorry, words, having problems, speaking. Anyway, it is also general, which means it's not going to resonate for every Sagittarius out there. So just take what fits for you, leave the rest behind for somebody else. I come up with multiple scenarios and I don't sugarcoat anything. So if it doesn't resonate with you, please remember we are not all on the same timeline. So maybe check a later reading, or you could check your other placements. Your messages might be there. Okay. If you are a cross-watcher, feel free to switch the roles, take it how it resonates. If anybody is interested in a personal reading, all of that information is in the description box below. You'll find my email address and a link to my Facebook page. Feel free to message me through either, and I will set you up with a personal reading. I don't really post a lot on my Facebook page, but it is an easy way to get a hold of me. So, what else? I usually have the readings back between 24 and 48 hours of receiving payment. So I want to thank everybody for the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments. I appreciate y'all just for being here. All right. So I apologize. I had to take a couple days off. I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling just weak, shaky. I would sit down and try and do a reading, and it was like I was having a panic attack or an anxiety attack. I don't know if it was the Mercury retrograde or just what's going on in the world today, or my son leaving for anxiety because my son's going back to college next week. I'm not sure. Just didn't feel right. Didn't want to sit down and put negative energy out there. So, but I figured I felt better today, so I figured I would sit down and do this. Now, the song I had coming through for you was a Believer by Imagine Dragons. Just the part where pain, you made me a believer. You break me down, you build me up, believer. It says, oh, let the bullets fly, oh, let them rain. My life, my love, my drive, it came from pain. The song is essentially about all the things, the pains, the heartaches, the trauma that we go through in life. We go through those things because it gives us a different perception of what is important, what the better, what the good things in life truly are, the things that you should cherish more, the things that you should, pain is literally the catalyst for spiritual awakening, for spiritual growth. And yes, it does mess us up, and it changes us and makes us a little different than we used to be, but that's not always a bad thing. You can either, you can go one of two ways with pain. You can either let it make you hard, or you can let it open you up. And I feel in this case, with that song and the statement it is making, I feel like you have used that pain as a catalyst to really raise your vibration, grow in a spiritual sense of believing in more than what you did before. So let's get you some oracle cards. Wow. And there you go. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. This is a change. This is a spiritual growth. Unfortunately, I feel very much here that something really hurtful had to happen in order for this change to happen. What else we got here? We have the way is clear. Awaken to the power within you. You're growing, you're raising your vibration, and you're realizing the power that you truly have. I feel like it's just being shown to you. You're seeing signs, you're seeing synchronicities showing you what you're supposed to do. And I feel like you've become, I'm hearing hyper-focused, so hyper-focused on what it is you're supposed to do, that it is driving you, to make these changes. So let's get you a couple romance angels. What do we have here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you. Oof, wow, okay. So we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. We have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. You might be holding on to a past relationship. Or you could be attracted to somebody that doesn't. But with this release your ex card here, I feel like you're holding on to something because you're still. Wow. With that attraction card there, I feel like you're still trying to keep somebody in your life after the soul contract has already been, fulfilled. And I feel like this person, now feel free to switch the roles here, this person doesn't quite feel the same way about you. They may be, and I don't know why I'm getting this, it wouldn't have popped into my head otherwise. Somebody may be using you because they know you still are so attracted to them. I'm getting very much an energy here. I once had somebody tell me, wouldn't it be nice, wouldn't you rather have at least a little bit of me than nothing at all? No, that's a whole other kind of pain. That's a whole other kind of pain you don't want in your life. To have at least part of somebody and just hang on to just that part of somebody. No, if you're not getting somebody fully, completely, why would you want just a piece of them? So I feel like this person knows they still have some kind of hold over you. And I feel like, now is the time to really let that go and transform from it. Yeah, it might, you might be feeling like it's going to hurt more to let it go. But that pain is what is going to be the catalyst for your growth. And that's a hard pill to swallow, I think, but that's the reality of it. So let's see what's going on in the recent past energy for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Now, the Queen of Swords does not use her sword to fight. Okay, the Queen of Swords has a built-in bullshit detector. She takes that sword and she cuts out anything that she knows is no longer serving her greater good. Okay, what is this Queen of Swords about here in this recent past energy? What's this Queen of Swords about here in the recent past energy? King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Two of Wands. And the Page of Wands, again with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Now, the King of Wands, to me, he is, he's very charming, very charismatic. Most fire signs are. The King of Wands goes for what he wants. And he usually gets it. He's the kind of person that could sell ice to Eskimos. Now, even though this is representing a fire sign and you are Sagittarius, I don't feel like this is your energy I'm feeling, because in tarot, it's all about the energy of the cards. It doesn't necessarily represent, who you are, who they are. You don't have to, but people like to hear the signs. It's all about the energy. The King of Wands, even though he does represent a fire sign, is a flighty energy. This is somebody that if they got bored with the connection, they would go find excitement somewhere else. Okay. I feel like you are in this Queen of Swords energy here in the recent past, and you cut this person out because you realized that they were just, like I said, telling you what they needed to say, because the Page of Wands will tell you exactly what you want to hear in order to get what they want out of you. And once they get what they want out of you, they're gone. And I feel like with this Two of Wands, you're trying to let go of this because it was unrequited. You were giving more than you were receiving. So what's going on in the current energy here for Sagittarius? Current energy. Now that's a whole stack. I'm not taking all of those. If something is meant to come out, it'll come out. That one. Okay. World card. Closing out old cycles so you can start a new cycle. Now, the World card is the end of the Fool's journey, okay? And since the Fool carries the number of 0, I hate this camera. Sometimes I look like pale as heck. Sometimes, see, it depends on whether my hand is up here or not. Okay, that's the auto lighting. Where the Fool card has the number 0, it means once the journey is over, once you get to the World card, it's, you know, comes the Fool card again. It's a repetitive cycle. So the World card for me is closing out of a chapter so that a new one can begin. So what is this World card about here in the current energy for Sagittarius? Justice. You have Libra energy. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Temperance card. Very nice. That's your energy there. I love Temperance. Temperance is all about getting to know somebody, getting on the same level as somebody so that you can come together, you know, nicely. But that it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes patience, which, you know, Temperance represents time and patience. So I feel like you're starting a new chapter. Something very balanced. I mean, both Justice and Temperance are both cards of balance. Something very balanced. Something that could be really your happily ever after. Very nice. So what's the problem here? What's the challenge here for Sagittarius? What's the challenge here for Sagittarius? Knight of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. That's my turtle knight. It's a very slow moving energy. Sorry, my throat was really, really dry. It's a very slow moving energy. So what is this Knight of Pentacles about? What's this Knight of Pentacles about here? 7 of Cups. The Hermit, Virgo energy. And the Chariot, Cancer energy. You got a lot of major arcana here. I feel like things are moving very slowly. I mean, if there is somebody that you're getting to know, okay, like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. Somebody that, you know, you could have a very balanced connection with. Somebody that could really, you know, be like a happily ever after for you. Okay, that's what I'm feeling in your current energy. If there's somebody in your energy like that, it's like, yeah, this could go. But it's moving really slow. I feel like it's moving really slow because maybe this person still has some work to do on themselves. They have to, there might be some other options that they need to get rid of with that 7 of Cups there, or they just need to make the choice to move forward and, you know, a little faster. But I feel like this person, now this person could just be somebody that's been in hermit mode for a really long time, okay? And they're not ready to rush into anything. It's that Seven of Cups there that's throwing me off. I feel like this person, there may be other people that they're entertaining. Not saying that's a bad thing. If you're not exclusive, you know, if you're exclusive, yes, that would be a bad thing. But I mean, if this is just somebody you're starting to get to know, they could still have other options. And that could be why things are moving so slow, because they're trying to release other options. They're still trying to work on themselves and do their own work before they're ready to just jump into anything, before they're because the chariot, you can see there's a black horse and a white horse on there. That represents the shadow side and the light side, and they have to be in alignment. If this person still has a lot of shadow work that they need to do, okay, that Seven of Cups could be the shadow that might have a lot of things they need to work on. If there's too much shadow, and you say you know the black horse, the dark horse is moving, you know, at a different pace than the white horse, or moving in a different direction, you know, that chariot's going to crash and burn. So should be taken very slowly, taken one day at a time with this Knight of Pentacles. But I feel like you might be a little impatient, okay, because it's not moving fast enough. Now, if this is not your reading, don't force it to fit. You know, bits and pieces of it may fit. I say that at the beginning, but let's get a potential outcome here. I say potential because we all have free will. We all have the ability to change the outcome based on our own actions. Nothing is set in stone. But let's see what the potential outcome for this story is going to be here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Ooh, Five of Cups. Disappointment. You know how I said, okay, here's the thing about the Temperance card. The way I always explain the Temperance card is, say you have a glass of boiling water and it's at this level. You have a glass of ice water and it's down at this level. If you throw them together when they're on those different levels, there's going to be a lot of steam and spit, and it's not going to be a smooth transition. But if you wait until that boiling water cools down to room temperature and that ice water warms up to room temperature and you bring them together, it's a very smooth transition. I feel like if this is not you, this is them. Somebody is going to get impatient because it is not moving fast enough. Okay. This is going to lead to some regret, some disappointment. This is the crying over spilled milk card. Usually there are 3 cups spilled out. Now the Two of Cups are still standing, which means there is a possibility here, but these 2 cups are not on the same level. Not on, in my intuitive thinking, not on the same vibrational level. Okay, what's this Five of Cups about here? What's this Five of Cups about here in the potential outcome? Five of Cups. Five of Cups is represented by the Five of Cups. Again, with the regret, with the... But in this case, yes, those 3 cups are spilled out. But this person is voluntarily dumping out that 4th cup. Meaning there's no chance for it to come back together. What else can you tell me about this Five of Cups? Ace of Wands. The Moon card, Pisces energy. Okay, so here's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, there is going to be some regret, some disappointment that something didn't work out, but that's going to lead to a lot of confusion. Like, if it's unrequited, say one person is trying and the other one is not, okay, because they're not on the same level, because somebody still has some work to do on themselves, because, you know, you're not on the same path. If somebody is not on the same path, that doesn't mean put your life on hold and wait for them. I feel like here in the future, the confusion of somebody not giving back the same. That's what that unrequited love's about. Somebody not giving back the same. It's confusing. Do you like me or not? Do you want to do this or not? Do you know, I feel like there's too much confusion. There's too much. So when another opportunity, Ace of Wands, is given, somebody's going to jump on it. Okay? Which, it's not a bad thing, you know. Don't put your life on hold unless, you know, we all have our limits and we all have our, you know, some people are willing to wait for the other person to catch up to them. Some people are not. If a new opportunity shows up here, I feel like you're going to let this go and move on with it, because you don't want to be confused. You want something that's going to move forward, not stay stuck in place. And I feel like at the moment, whoever this person is, they're still stuck in place. They're not ready. They're not necessarily stuck in place, but they are moving extremely slow. So let's get some advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit for Sagittarius. Advice from Spirit for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Six of Pentacles. That is the lack of reciprocity. You can see this person here is like begging for the money, okay? Already has 3 pentacles on the ground. And this lady, who seems to be very well off, is giving another pentacle, which means it's not going to be balanced. It's going to be uneven. One person's giving more than the other. You don't want to be the only person giving to a connection. If somebody is not reciprocating, what's the Six of Pentacles about here in the advice? Two of Cups. World card. Again, World card. You need to move forward. Eight of Swords. Okay. If the Spirit is telling you, no, if you want a relationship and this person is not reciprocating your energy, okay, maybe it's time to, because I feel like all this is doing, like, you got the Moon card over here, which is all about confusion. It's like, what are we doing? Is this going anywhere? Don't, love is not meant to be confusing, okay? If something is meant for you, you're gonna know it. It's not going to be confusing to you. You're gonna know it. You're going to understand. But with the Moon, where the Sun illuminates everything, which is why the Sun represents happiness, because everything can be seen. You know what to expect. You have optimism. You have happiness. The Moon only shows so much. Okay, so there's so much left to the unknown. Like, where's this going? What are we doing? Are you as into me as I am into you? Why does it feel like I'm the only person? All that's doing is getting you all stuck in your head. And Spirit is telling you, only you can decide if you are giving too much, okay? You want a relationship, it may be time to close out a cycle. If it's meant to be, it'll come back around when this person is ready, okay? You know, it might just be right person, wrong time. But at the moment, this person can't give. And if it's not fast enough for you, by all means, you know, if it's messing with your head, you should move on. If it's not, I mean, if you are one of those amazing unicorns out there that can, you know, give somebody time and space, and they do exist. I've known people like this, to give that person the time and space they need and just be there when they're ready for you. That's cool too. But don't ever put your life on hold for somebody if they're not sure about you, okay? So take that how it resonates for you. If it did, do me a big favor. Click on that like button. If you want to see more content by me, by all means, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I wish you a blessed night. Much love. Bye.